Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very welcome back to the channel. And it's new knife and pen day. Not very often I say that because I'm not really a pen guy, but I do like to have a lot of small pens that I would sort of use for my EDC. As you know, in my EDC, I carry a little slip, and I always have a flashlight in here and a little pen in here. This is just one of my cheaper little pens that I love to get, which is these here, which is a zebra pen. It folds out, but it's great to put away in a slip. I love this pen, these type of pens. But let me set this aside. We'll look at this in a wee minute. So I decided, well, I didn't decide. I went on to one of the buy-in sites, and this was up for sale. This in here. Now, this is the sort of pens that I have. They're all usually little small ones, and I don't have any real desk pen. I don't have a desk pen. And now, last year I bought this knife, and this is going to give you a clue where I'm going. I think it's one of the best EDC knives on the planet, especially for if you live in an area where it's sub 3 inches and non-locking. But as a knife anywhere in the world, this to me is just outstanding. It is one of the best little slip joints that I've ever had. Full stop. Whether it's traditional or anything, this goes right up there. I just think it's so good. It's in Magna Cut, which is just amazing. It took an absolutely screaming edge. I put a steeper angle on it. You can see that it's taken a screaming edge, and it's so thin. Look at that. Look how thin that is. So for an EDC knife, for a slicing knife, if you want to slice up the skin off a tomato, this is the knife to do it. It will give you skins. The slices are see-through. They're just so good. So anyway, and it's waterproof. When I say waterproof, stain resistant, I should say as a knife person. But I'd had one of these, and I'd always wanted a tactile turn pen. Same company that make these now. But they were out of my price range that I wanted to pay for a pen. Now, if it was something I really wanted, I would have gone ahead and got it. But I just thought they were overpriced for what they were, and for me, it didn't really warrant paying for it. But this one came up on the site. I just went on it. I happened to be I think I was the first person on it, and I got this pen for a really, really reasonable price. I didn't even barter, which is not like me. I don't think I bartered anyway, but I mean, it was a very reasonable price, and I was really happy to get it. So this is the pens I sort of have, and this is my upgrade. This is my upgrade in pens, and this is going to be my desk knife, because I'm actually going to start doing a journal. People have told me for years, this is just an old case that I put it in. People had told me for years to start a journal, and I'm going to start one. I'm going to use this pen in it, and I have the book and all there for it. My Ted Baker book that my friend Stuart McRae gave me. Look at this beautiful pen. This has the same fine milling. I don't know, you can't really see it. The milling on this is very thin as well. You can hardly see it. But that's their thing, is that really tight milling. And in the hand, it's fantastic here. It just grips your fingers, but you don't feel anything. Let me just show you my nail. Can you hear that? Really, really fine milled to perfection. It's got a lovely clip on it. And this is the push down, push button up, which I really like. I think I like this better than I can't think of the name of it, whatever it is. This type of one. I've got this. This is a UK maker, makes these. This one's in aluminium. And this one's in copper, I believe. And it's patinaed and everything. I don't have to wait for it to patina. It's there. I don't have to have that smelly hand syndrome. It's already done. But this is just the perfect size for me. It's a little bit bigger if you take it. There's that little pen. It's definitely a little bigger. There's a Fisher Space pen. They're all about the same size that I use. So this is a little bit bigger. Gives me a little bit more writing space. So I'm going to be using that to take notes for the channel. And you know how good I am at taking notes. But I really want to write this journal, and this is the one that I'm going to use for it. And just a daily journal, and it's more for my own sort of mental health. I just want to start doing it because I'm nuts. But what a beautiful pen, and there's some weight in it. You know, you feel as if you've got a pen in your hand and you're writing. That's what I really like about this. I don't do a lot of writing, so I really feel as if this is something that's going to just encourage me to pick it up and do some writing. Knowing me, it's all talk, but I'm going to try my best. So that's what I got today. I'm over the moon with, and I really want to thank the fella who sold it to me. It brought it down to a price where I could afford it, and that I was really happy to pay. And he really did give me at a good price. I'm going to keep saying that. Yeah, there is some really lovely people out there. You know, they're not all bandits. And I've got another knife coming from a fella in Sweden, I believe it is, that I bought off him. It's an old, another one of my old American knives, Barlow, and he sold it to me for an absolutely amazing price, delivered from Sweden. I just beautiful. So there's lots of nice people out there. Now we're going to get on to the knife, which most people are going to be here for, and they're going to give off that it's been 6 minutes and they haven't seen a knife. Well, there's a knife box, and what I bought here is a new it's not a new knife. It's what Spyderco do best. They bring out a brand of knife and then they sell it at a lower steel. Like this came out in 8CR 13. And then I think recently there was an S35 VN version of it come out. And then this is the ultimate. This is, there we go. Can you see that okay? This is a Tenacious. Let me just get that right. Have I got it? This is a Tenacious in G10 and M4. Can you see it? I hope you can see that. An M4. Now, I had a Tenacious. Tenacious was my second Spyderco when I first came around. I had the Delica first, my wife bought me for Christmas. The following Christmas, my kids bought me this, which was well, not this, it bought me a Delica in 8CR 13. I loved that knife. In hand, it was beautiful. But I wasn't over keen after a while. Once you've been around a while, 8CR 13, I wanted to go up because there was more and more steels coming out then. It was a sort of time that the steels started to come out more regular basis and higher end steels. But it was a fantastic knife. But I did trade it. I know the kids bought it to me, but they understand what I do. This is what I do. I can't afford to keep on just buying new knives. So I traded it, and with their blessing, got some. I don't even know what I got with it. No idea. So this is the new one. And this is it in the box. It's in like a beige or earth, maybe like a dark earth G10, which is lovely. It's that really, it's not gripping your hands, sorry, but when you push down into it, it stops your finger if they don't move. It came with a lovely bit of paracord that I think the fella must have used on. He'd never carried this. It was brand new, literally in box, and you only have to take a look at it up close and personal. It's still got, you know, it's been, I think maybe the worst that's been done to it is the blade's been polished, sharpened and polished. It's a good edge on it. But that's the usual, and it comes in. It came absolutely with everything it needed to have with it. And this is it. The only thing I don't particularly like is the pocket clip. But the one thing I do like about the pocket clip, the Spyderco pocket clip, is it's very useful and it's very easy in the hand. Whether I'll get a deep carry one, I don't know. I don't think I need to, because this is more of a working knife. It's not what I would call a dress knife, but it's got M4 on it. And I got this for £100 delivered. They're about 134 delivered. The only place I could find it was over in Europe, and then you would have £9.99 delivery. So about 145 you would get it new. I got it for 100, and it is brand new. It's not been used, not a mark on the G10, nothing. It's quite stiff. The detent is fantastic. I know the fella who got it said it was a bit strong from. It's my perfect detent. It's absolutely lovely for slow rolling. But what makes a good detent in a knife is when you middle finger flick it. Once you break the detent, Listen to that. And I'm not firing that out hard. You just have to break the detent and it just rockets out. I adore that. That is so exciting. Why is that so exciting? I have no idea, but I know I get the fizz when I hear that, and any knife that does it. But you can tell by the lockup. Can you hear that? It's just perfectly tuned. Absolute perfect. And I mean, these are made in China, I would say. Does it say on them? See, they're made for, is it China or Taiwan? It might be the friendly China. It doesn't actually say on it. So I'm not too sure where they do this one. Um, what's it say in the box? Made in China. No, yeah, it's made in China. So same as the original D10. I couldn't care where they're made for this knife. I just think is a fantastic knife, and that is just sold it. That really has just sold it. But perfect, great in grip. You've got a great big blade. Let's see what size this blade is. It is about 3 3/8 in length. It is 3 3/8, and that's really nearly the sharpened. Well, it is. It's a sharpened end, so it's not legal to carry in the UK, but it's legal to carry around my house, the property, when I go bushcrafting, when I go out with Justin into the wilds and eat raw food. Well, it's usually jelly babies or something, but there we go. But it is just a fantastic work. With M4, I've never had M4, so it's going to be great testing that. I need to go and check. I'm not sure about the toughness of M4. I've never had one, so I've never really checked it. Is it going to be all right in wood to pry? I'm not sure. But I'm sure for boxes it would cut for days and days. So it'll be used a lot around the house. And I'm going to dedicate this to that sort of a lifestyle of just work. Because for £100 to get M4, oh my goodness! Look at these. Look for these in the second-hand market. I mean, if they're 140 odds, I'm sure there's going to be more out there that when they sell them, it's going to be around the £100 mark. And is that not just fantastic for M4? Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful knife, and it pairs very nicely. You see, I think about things like this, which is weird, and this lovely dark earth. And I have recently just bought, and you haven't seen a review of it yet, but I bought the Buck Saunter, which is a slip joint, which fits so nicely in with that. Don't they just look like the perfect couple? So that's a carry. What a beautiful carry. And this little Buck Saunter, oh, a fantastic review coming in it. I really highly recommend that. You've seen two of my best modern folders this morning, and this is going to be, I can honestly see this being my best box cutter, my best around the house. I mean, you could do anything with M4. You could cut carpet up with it. It's gonna hold. I know its edge retention is very good. So that's what I based my buy on. It was its edge retention. Whether it'll do for down the woods, I have no idea. I don't know what. This isn't particularly, it is quite thin actually. I'm saying that. It's a full flat grind. It's Spyderco. It's really is nicely done. And the edge seems really good. I don't need to touch the edge at all. I can just, it's so well done. You can see that all the way down there, right up to the hilt. Not even a smile on the hilt. Look at that. Perfect. And that's coming from the factory. And somebody, I think, maybe has dropped it a wee bit because there's not many grind lines in that edge. It looks lovely. Now, saying that, I've stopped it on my 3mm gunny juice, which I just 3 micron gunny juice, not 3mm, 3 micron gunny juice, which just fantastic. I've ordered the 1mm that's coming this week, so I'm going to do a wee strop with that to see what how much of a difference do I feel. So I'll strop something on the 3 and then go to the 1 and do a paper cut test, see if I can tell the difference. Not always, but I'll try. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm doing a sharpening of this knife. This is in D2. This is a Rosecraft, the Lasahoochee Jack or River, something like that. Yeah. It's one of those, but it's in D2, and I've done a wee cut test on it, and now I want to do a sharpening on it, so I will blunt it and resharpen it, and I'm going to use our 1000 grit stone, and I'm going to use it to sharpen it, and see that I just want to see how long it takes it to do it on a 1000 grit stone. Now it's a ceramic stone, So I think it should be okay with that. But this is going to be the hardest steel that we've used on the ceramic stone. So look forward to that tomorrow. It'll be a full video. It's going to be long, like most of mine are. Anyhow, this is just fantastic. I can't wait to use and carry it. I'm waiting for a few boxes. I have a few things coming tomorrow. Hopefully they'll come in boxes, and I'll cut them all up just using this. And over the next week or so, I'll let you know what it's like in use. And I'll do a bit reading up more about M4 steel because I've never had it, so I'll read about it. This I am just over the moon with. If I could have just got a silver one. Actually, if anybody out there, this is the copper. It's perfect. There's no nicks. It's just been handled. So it really has got a lovely patina, but it's not blotchy. There's no scratches. It's a beautiful knife. So if you've got a silver one, I don't care which model it is, to be honest. I mean, it'd be nice if it was this, but it doesn't really matter. I would love one to go with that, a silver one. So if you want a trade, there's one for trade. And I know I got it cheap, but it's, I was very lucky. A really nice man took pity on me. And so I'd love a silver one to go with that. But no matter what, this will be a user. So I love it. So there you go. Thank you very much for listening. And I shall see you tomorrow for the sharpening. And on tomorrow's Wednesday, and on Friday, I'm going to do a nice video on Friday, which is my locking knives and their comparison to my slip joint knives. Now these are modern, obviously. Well, I've got actually a couple of traditional, but it's modern knives, and they're equal, if you like, in slip joints. Especially slip joints would be my EDC. So these are going to be mostly bigger knives than what I have as slip joint carry. So I think that will be interesting. There's going to be 7 of each, and I've only got 7. These are knives that are priced at 100 to 300. And I know that's a bit expensive for a lot of people, but that's what I have. I've got 7 knives that are between 100 and 300 in the locking, and I'm going to match them up with ones in my slip joints. So there you go. You've my whole news for the week. 17 minutes. That's not bad. Stay to the end. Please like, subscribe and comment. It really means a lot to me. And if you'd like to help the channel, down below there's a wee place there where you can donate if you can afford it. I would be really appreciative. Today I've just had £160 bill from the nice customs people. So there you go. And there was a couple of knives sent, and they're for review, and one of them's for me, and the other's to be sent out around the dealers and YouTubers. So miscommunication or whatever. We didn't sort it out right, so I got slabbered. So I'm quite happy with that. It's the price of the knife's going to be roughly, so I don't mind at all. And you've got a beautiful knife to see. Probably going to be tomorrow or Thursday, hopefully. Right, take care. I'm away. Talked for a minute there, didn't I? Just waffling. Love yous all. Bye bye now. I don't really.